An intense situation is currently developing in the energy surrounding you. This is something that the younger individual never anticipated would occur so swiftly. They have been cherishing your image in their thoughts for an extended period, repeatedly envisioning your face, your energy, and your presence during moments of solitude. However, a recent shift occurred in a manner that even they did not foresee. In a sudden surge of emotion, curiosity, and perhaps even pride, they revealed your photograph to their friends. What should have been a mere casual moment escalated into something far more significant, as the responses they received transcended that room. They lingered in their heart. There was astonishment, there was intrigue, there was playful teasing, and there was a type of energy that led this younger person to recognize that their feelings for you are not trivial, not fleeting, and certainly not something they can easily dismiss any longer. The more reactions they received regarding you, the more tangible their emotions began to feel. Almost as if the universe was urging them to perceive you through the eyes of others, enabling them to finally grasp the depth of their own feelings. Now, their mind continually revisits that moment, replaying every word, every expression, and every reaction their friends exhibited upon seeing your picture. Only take what resonates with you. The 3 cards drawn for this reading are the Page of Cups, the 6 of Wands, and the 2 of Cups. Remain with me, for what is emerging from this energy is not merely simple attraction or casual interest. There is a deeper connection developing here, something emotional and profoundly personal for this younger individual. Moreover, the way they are contemplating you at this moment is evolving rapidly. The reactions they received from their friends did not diminish their feelings. Rather, it ignited something more powerful within them, something they are still striving to comprehend. There exists a sense of curiosity, admiration, and an increasing emotional connection that continually draws them back to you, regardless of their attempts to maintain a facade of normalcy. On the outside, what adds to the intrigue is their growing awareness of how others perceive you, intensifying their feelings and making them more challenging to manage. This reading suggests that what began as a minor incident has evolved into a significantly larger emotional experience within this younger individual's heart. A seemingly casual act, such as sharing your photo with their friends, has transformed into a pivotal moment. This single instance did not merely remain confined to the room. It lingered in their thoughts, emotions, and the way they now regard you. The responses they received were far from neutral. They were expressive, inquisitive, impressed, and in some instances, even playful. All of this has generated a surge of emotions that this younger person is still navigating. Only take what resonates with you. The cards drawn for this energy are the Page of Cups, the 6 of Wands, and the 2 of Cups. When these 3 are considered together, the narrative becomes quite evident. This is not merely a case of attraction. It signifies an emotional awakening, validation, and the inception, clear as throat, of something that appears significant in their heart. The Page of Cups represents the initial phase of feelings. This younger individual has yet to fully grasp their emotions. It is gentle, innocent, and at times perplexing for them. They find themselves thinking about you unexpectedly. They are captivated by your image, your presence, and the notion of you being part of their life. At this juncture, they are still attempting to comprehend the meaning of these emotions. It seems to be a blend of emotional curiosity and admiration. They are not hurrying through this process. Yet they are certainly aware that something within them is shifting. Following this is the 6 of Wands, which dramatically alters the energy to something more public, more tangible, and more significant. This is the moment when your presence is perceived through the perspectives of others. When they shared your photograph with their friends, It transcended their private emotions. It transformed into something that elicited responses from others. And those responses held significance. When the people around them expressed interest, surprise, or admiration, it instilled in this younger individual a profound sense of validation. It prompted them to contemplate, if others perceive this as well, then perhaps my feelings are genuine. This is where emotional strength began to develop. The Six of Wands signifies not merely attention, but also recognition. In this context, you emerged as an individual who made an impression, someone who distinguished themselves, someone who became a topic of conversation. Such energy is not easily forgotten. It reverberates. It fosters confidence in feelings that were once ambiguous. However, the most significant transformation occurs with the Two of Cups. This is the juncture where everything transitions from curiosity and validation to emotional connection. This card embodies not just attraction, but also emotional bonding. It signifies the potential for something authentic, mutual, and meaningful between two individuals. Even if nothing has been explicitly communicated, between you and this younger person, their heart is beginning to shift in that direction internally. Following the reactions from their friends, something within them softened. It was as if their feelings evolved from mere private musings to something that could genuinely manifest in reality. They are now contemplating emotional connection with greater seriousness. They may ponder what it would be like to engage in deeper conversations with you, to understand you more intimately, or to cultivate a stronger bond with you. These reflections are no longer arbitrary. They are becoming emotionally coherent. When we integrate all three cards, the message emerges as profoundly impactful. Initially, there exists innocent emotional curiosity, represented by the Page of Cups. Subsequently, there is external validation and recognition that fortifies those feelings, represented by the Six of Wands. Ultimately, there exists an emotional bonding energy that initiates a deeper connection within their heart, represented by the Two of Cups. This signifies a complete emotional progression. It commences gently, gains validation through external reactions, and subsequently evolves into something that feels emotionally significant and potentially reciprocal. What heightens this experience is that the younger individual is not fully articulating these feelings outwardly. Much of this is occurring internally. They may appear composed on the surface, yet internally, your presence is becoming increasingly important with each passing day. Your image is not merely a fleeting thought, it is something they mentally revisit. It occupies their mind during quiet moments, and now carries substantial emotional significance. Additionally, there exists a blend of pride and nervousness within this energy. Pride arises from the strong impression you have made, not only on them but also on their peers. Nervousness stems from the realization that their feelings are becoming increasingly difficult to overlook. They are beginning to understand that what they feel is no longer trivial. It possesses depth, emotional direction, and the potential to develop into something genuine if it persists. The Two of Cups particularly indicates that their heart is starting to perceive you in a new light, not merely as someone they admire, but as someone with whom they could forge an emotional connection. Someone who holds significance. Someone who distinguishes themselves in their emotional landscape. This transformation is subtle yet profoundly impactful. Therefore, when we consider all these elements collectively, this reading illustrates a progression from curiosity to validation to emotional connection. This journey has already commenced within this younger individual, even as they strive to fully comprehend it. And the most crucial aspect is this: your presence has already created an impact, not only in their thoughts but also in their emotional realm. The energy represented by the Two of Cups in this context appears to be highly emotional, deeply mutual in essence, and somewhat overwhelming for this younger individual, as it indicates that their feelings have evolved beyond mere curiosity or casual attraction. There is a deeper connection developing here, one that resembles emotional recognition, akin to a soul-level bond that they are gradually beginning to perceive. After sharing your photo with their friends and receiving various reactions, something within them transformed entirely. It was no longer solely about attraction or admiration. It transitioned into emotional bonding, alignment, and the potential for something genuine between you and them. This card embodies the essence of emotional exchange. It encompasses not only how they perceive you, but also how they feel acknowledged in return, even in the absence of direct communication between the two of you. There exists a profound inner sense that you both could indeed connect on a deeper level if circumstances were to progress. Although this younger person may not fully grasp this yet, their heart is already responding as if there is something significant between you. This is the essence of the Two of Cups, where emotions begin to reflect one another, even from afar. After displaying your photo to their friends, this younger individual did not merely receive feedback. They obtained affirmation of attraction, interest, and something unique about you that others have also recognized. Rather than diminishing their feelings, it amplified them, as it is no longer just a private emotion. It feels validated. It feels authentic. Once feelings are validated in such a manner, they begin to take deeper root in the heart. Additionally, there is a sense of emotional curiosity evolving into emotional attachment. This younger individual may now find themselves contemplating, what would it be like if we truly engaged in meaningful conversation? Or what if this connection exists beyond my imagination? The energy of the Two of Cups frequently facilitates a transition from fantasy to emotional potential. It creates a sense of mutuality in the connection even prior to any physical interaction. This card also signifies emotional vulnerability. Deep within, this younger individual is not merely experiencing excitement. They are also feeling exposed. The act of having feelings for someone in this manner, particularly after receiving reactions to your image, renders everything more tangible and serious. It becomes increasingly difficult for them to disregard what their heart is attempting to communicate. A softness is emerging within them, a subtle emotional openness that they may not yet display outwardly, but it is undoubtedly developing internally. The Two of Cups also conveys a sense of emotional recognition. It resembles the experience of encountering someone and feeling an immediate attraction, not solely on a physical level, but emotionally as well. This younger individual may sense a familiarity about you, a comforting presence even without a deep understanding of you yet. That sensation intensifies when others respond positively to you, as it reinforces the notion that this connection is not coincidental. Additionally, this card embodies a strong energy of emotional equilibrium. It indicates that this younger individual is beginning to perceive you as someone with whom they could potentially share something significant, rather than merely admiring from afar. The emotions are evolving into something softer, more heartfelt, and more genuine. It transcends mere excitement. It is an emotional interest maturing into emotional investment. What adds to the intrigue is that following their friends' reactions, this younger individual may now possess a heightened awareness of the depth of their feelings. It is as if a mirror has been presented to them, allowing them to see their own emotions reflected back with clarity. This realization can be both a beautiful and somewhat overwhelming experience. They might have experienced a slight sense of pride, thinking, yes, this is the individual I have been contemplating. It embodies the desire for validation from others, while simultaneously being emotionally invested. Concurrently, this energy introduces intensity, as the reactions of others towards someone they admire alter their perception of their own emotions. This younger individual may now be revisiting that moment repeatedly in their thoughts. Each reaction, every word, and every expression from their peers becomes significant. It transcends mere memory. It evolves into something that continuously shapes their thoughts about you. There exists a deeper dimension here. The Six of Wands can occasionally signify admiration that intensifies when reciprocated. This younger person may have already harbored feelings for you, but following their friends' responses, that affection transformed into a more conscious, confident, and emotionally charged sentiment. It is as if your presence has been validated in their mind as something substantial, rather than a fleeting interest. However, alongside pride, there is a hint of pressure, as they are now aware that others have noticed you, that others have formed opinions, which renders their feelings more tangible and serious. It is no longer merely an internal experience. It feels as though it exists in the external world as well. This realization can be both exhilarating and daunting for them. The reactions of their friends may also be replaying in their minds in various ways. Some remarks may have brought them joy, while others may have induced anxiety. Additionally, some may have led them to overanalyze what you might think if you were aware of all that was transpiring behind the scenes. The Six of Wands generates that type of attention where even minor reactions resonate profoundly in the heart. There is also a perception that this younger individual now regards you in a more distinguished manner. Not in a remote or unrealistic sense, but in a way that makes them feel you are exceptional among others. You are not merely another person they are fond of. You are an individual who elicits reactions, someone who leaves a lasting impression, and someone who becomes unforgettable even through a single photograph. This is the reason their emotional bond is intensifying. Once an individual begins to perceive you through the lens of admiration from others, their own emotions deepen effortlessly. It becomes increasingly difficult to overlook, to diminish, and to feign that it is something trivial. The Six of Wands in this reading indicates that your presence has already made a significant impact. Beyond mere private reflections, it has permeated their social consciousness, their emotional pride, and their internal validation. From this juncture, their feelings are no longer subdued as they once were. The energy of the Six of Wands in this context embodies attention, acknowledgement, and a profound emotional response that this younger individual is not entirely equipped to handle. This card signifies being seen, being acknowledged, and receiving emotional validation through the perceptions of others. In this relationship, it reveals something crucial that transpired when they shared your photograph with their friends. That moment transcended mere casualness or playfulness. It marked a pivotal change in how they are beginning to perceive you, as you transformed from a mere private thought in their mind to someone who exists within the awareness and opinions of others as well. When they displayed your image, there was an instantaneous shift in energy. The Six of Wands illustrates that your presence has made a significant impact. Their friends did not simply glance and move on. There was a reaction, attention, and dialogue. Some were impressed, others were inquisitive, and some may have even begun to tease this younger individual in a manner that made them feel exposed yet oddly proud. Deep down, a part of them craved that reaction. They desired to hear that you are attractive, intriguing, or exceptional, as it validated what they were already feeling internally. This is the point at which the Six of Wands gains significant strength in this reading. It indicates that this younger individual is currently receiving emotional validation from external perspectives. Prior to this moment, their emotions may have seemed private, ambiguous, or even perplexing. However, after their friends reacted enthusiastically to your photo, a shift occurred in their self-assurance. Suddenly, their feelings for you no longer feel like a secret. They now seem like something potentially significant, something that could be recognized and appreciated by others. This energy also carries a profound sense of pride. Even if they attempt to maintain a casual demeanor internally, they experience a form of emotional fulfillment, aware that you have made an impact. It is as if they are contemplating, yes, this is the individual I have been considering. The Six of Wands frequently evokes a sense of acknowledgement, and in this instance, it pertains not only to you being recognized by them, but also to you being perceived through their perspective by others. This fosters a deeper emotional connection, as you are no longer merely a private consideration. You have become part of their social consciousness. Concurrently, this card introduces a degree of pressure, for once something is publicly acknowledged, even in a minor way such as displaying the photo, it becomes increasingly difficult to overlook. This younger person may now feel heightened awareness regarding the seriousness of their growing affection for you. The reactions of their friends may replay in their thoughts, prompting them to question, reflect, and even overanalyze the true significance of this connection. It has evolved beyond mere excitement. It has transformed into awareness. Additionally, there is a notable emotional transition occurring here. The Six of Wands can occasionally indicate a blend of admiration and insecurity. Despite their friends' positive responses, this younger individual may have come to realize that you are a distinctive presence. This realization can evoke a simultaneous sense of confidence and apprehension. They take pride in their feelings for you, yet they also feel somewhat daunted by the intensity of those feelings. Furthermore, this card implies that your energy is becoming a topic of discussion more frequently than they are willing to acknowledge. Your name, image, and presence may now arise in conversations more often, even if subtly. Their friends might tease them, pose questions, or offer encouragement without fully grasping the profound impact this has on their emotions. Each instance reinforces your significance in their thoughts. The Six of Wands in this context indicates that you are no longer merely a private emotional experience for this younger person. You are evolving into someone they take emotional pride in, someone they wish to discuss, and someone who is beginning to hold substantial importance in their life. This transformation is significant, as once an individual reaches this level, their feelings typically expand beyond the confines of modesty.